presentation of the Business Club Africa Calling took place this summer in Moscow at the first International Business Forum Africa Calling. The Business Club was created to unite entrepreneurs from Russia and Africa to do business together. We live in a new world, and in this world we must create new business relationships. And I see that these new relationships must be made in a community framework with partners. I hope that on the basis of our Africa Calling platform, we will achieve our goal of bringing together African entrepreneurs with Russian entrepreneurs in order to jointly develop business projects and create projects. Obviously, we want to put forward our culture, because culture is the basis of any community. A community without culture is like a house without a foundation.
Перспектива и возможности сотрудничества России со странами Африки, укрепление экономических связей, развитие сферы...
Prospects and opportunities for cooperation between Russia and African countries, strengthening of economic ties, development of the sphere of investments of Russian companies in the African economy. These were the main topics discussed on the forum. I will now give the speech to the first Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, Mr. Titov, who will address the participants of the International Forum focused on the prospects and opportunities for collaboration between Russia and the countries of Africa. Dear colleagues, dear friends, I am happy to greet all the guests of the International Forum focused on the prospects and opportunities of collaboration between Russia and the countries of Africa. We are now witnessing a change in the format and model of international relations, in which the West is no longer the only center of the force in the world. The interaction of Russia with African countries today is of great importance for the Russian state and is supported at the government level. Therefore, today's Africa Calling Forum has become a significant and important event. I draw the attention of all participants that the initiative for our meeting today and those to follow is the initiative of the African business world and the African community. Africa is really interested in close economic cooperation with Russian entrepreneurs. Therefore, it is not a coincidence that businessmen from Africa, representatives of the African diaspora in Russia, heads of diplomatic missions of the republics of Angola, Senegal, Kenya, Djibouti, were present at the forum and actively participated in it. Each participant spoke in his speech about the areas of the economy that need to be developed with the participation of Russian business, Russian specialists, and Russian investments. The solution to this issue should be facilitated by the intensification of meetings and trips, an increase in scholarships in Russia, especially in technical and scientific fields, the creation of Russian cultural centers in Africa, and the more regular holding of African cultural events in Russia. In the light of modern realities, the Africa Calling Business Club is a very relevant project. I consider that we live today in a world in which it will be difficult to move forward if we do not unite between communities. When we are in community, those who are part of our community can share their experience and help us not to repeat the same mistakes. One of the main difficulties in the relations between the Russian and African markets, according to the participants of the forum, is the language barrier. Despite this, Russian entrepreneurs, members of the Africa Calling Business Club, have already started doing business in African countries. In recent years, African countries have made significant progress in strengthening their national economies, primarily due to their significant human capital and rich natural resources. That is why African entrepreneurs are interested in business collaborations with Russia. I think that Gabon is an incredible country. It is not just an ordinary country. It has lots of minerals, gold, oil, diamonds, and therefore it holds an incredible opportunity for investors from Russia to come to Gabon, visit this country, and also invest in it. One of the main difficulties in the relations between the Russian and African markets, according to the participants of the forum, is the language barrier. Despite this, Russian entrepreneurs, members of the Africa Calling Business Club, have already started doing business in African countries. One of the most important sectors in Angola is the electrification of the country. Nowadays, the electrification of the country does not exceed 40%. The current president has made a promise to his people that by 2027, a large number of projects will be carried out in the energy sphere, in which, I hope, we will take part. This is the construction of power stations, power transmission lines, and of course, power supply systems in cities, towns, and in the private sector. It is important that African countries are ready to cooperate with Russian business at the state level. And at the moment, there is not a single sector of the economy on the continent that would not be ready to cooperate. Energy, construction, agriculture, education, medicine, industry, and manufacturing. And of course, tourism is a very important area that will enable every Russian to get to know Africa better. If you come to Africa right now, you will see that whatever field you choose, there is room for development. For example, we have a lot of fruits, but we do not have storage and preservation systems for these fruits. These fruits therefore rot, while we can resell these products through export. A simple example, we have a lot of tomatoes, but we continue to import tomato paste. The Africa Calling Business Club is very important and needed as an intermediary between business and government, as an accumulator of ideas that need to be conveyed to the government bodies of African and Eurasian countries in order to obtain certain decisions. Today, more than 15 companies are ready in the coming year to move to Africa in order to develop industries there. In Africa, we are well received, and they expect our help in order to develop their countries together. Probably one of the only places in the world, apart from Antarctica, where we have to invest our money and our energy is Africa. All other countries already have a wide range of ongoing projects, while the African business community in the next 30 to 40 years will be among the most prominent. It is one of those places in the world where you have to be oriented and where you have to develop your business and earn money. I advise everyone not to be afraid to go there and to go there with confidence, taking the right precautions as done everywhere in the world.